Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about something that I see posted a lot on Facebook, and that is fake designer handbags. I see people posting about this a lot because a lot of times people see these either at Goodwill or at the Goodwill outlet, and they are posting to see if they are real or not. And honestly, most of the time they are not real, but today I'm going to teach you why they're not real and how to spot a fake designer Louis Vuitton bag. Okay, so I have here with me a fake Louis Vuitton bag, and this is a great example of what I see people finding at Goodwill. And honestly, a lot of times I see people posting that Goodwill is trying to charge a lot of money for these in terms of Goodwill prices, you know, $70, $100, and that to me is saying that Goodwill or whatever thrift store that they find this at is trying to pass it off as real. So that to me is taking advantage of people who may not either know any better or may not have seen a Louis Vuitton bag in person before or held one, or, you know, to me that's just taking advantage of people. And I don't want people to get scammed by these thrift stores who are trying to pass off these replica bags as actual bags, because they should not be charging over $100 for a fake bag, because that to me says that they're trying to pass it off as a real bag, and that's not right. So I'm going to go over this fake bag, and I'm going to point out things to you that you can look for that are, you kind of have to train yourself to know, but once you see them, they'll be pretty obvious to you. And Louis Vuitton is very consistent with their real bags in terms of how they are made, and they are very high quality handcrafted bags. And they have, if you've ever seen one or held one, you'll know, like, you just know that you're holding a Louis Vuitton bag. So I'm going to show you this fake one. So this is a fake Speedy bag, and this design that they have is called the Speedy. And so I'm going to show you a few things that they got right on this bag. It's actually a very good fake bag, but like, I want to point out to you, so like, you can see that the zipper looks pretty good. The zipper looks, let me see, let me get it to focus. Okay, so the zipper looks pretty good. It lays flat, it's smooth, but if you notice at the top of it, these little pieces right here, while they line up on each side, they are not symmetric. See, only a little piece here shows. It should look exactly the same on the other side. So that is one telltale sign, because Louis Vuitton is known for the symmetry in their bags. So everything is going to line up the exact same. On an actual bag, the way this looks here, it's going to look the exact same on the other side. So another telltale obvious sign on these bags, this particular design, Louis Vuitton will use one piece of canvas around the entire bag. So you see it here. So if it's a real Louis Vuitton bag, when you flip it over, the logo should be upside down on a real bag on this particular design, because they will use one piece of canvas that wraps around the entire bag, and on one side of the bag, the logos will be upside down. So you can see on this bag, they did not do that. They have one piece here, and a bottom. So it actually has a pretty structured bottom, but the real Louis Vuitton bags will just be one piece of canvas all the way around. Another thing that you can look for, if you see on the side of this, see how this cuts through, straight through the LV? Louis Vuitton will not do that. Louis Vuitton will line this up to where it will cut through one of the flowers. They're not going to cut through their logo. It will line up to where there would be 3 logos, and then there will be flowers, and it will cut it, because they will cut through the flowers and not the logo. They don't want to cut through the logo. The only exception to that I have seen is on some of the bags that have rounder edges, like that are shaped kind of like this. At the very tip top, if there are logos that are at the very tip top, it will cut those, but it will be literally the exact same, and it's not straight through, it just kind of snips the top of it just from the shape of the bag. So they will literally be cut the exact same on each side if it does cut through the logo, and it will be at the top, and it will be due to the shape of the bag, not because they chose to make the bag and cut straight through the logo. So another thing you can look for is the stitching. The stitching on this is actually pretty decent, but you can see, if I can get this to focus on, you can see the color of the stitching. It's kind of this obnoxious bright yellow. That is not Louis Vuitton stitching. It looks like really bright and like it doesn't go with the bag, it's probably not Louis Vuitton stitching. Also, you will start to see the stitching will have like fraying on it. Louis Vuitton bags will not have any fraying or defects or anything like that. Also, I had to kind of glue this back together because if you can see on this, see how it has these two little stitches right here to give it some reinforcement? This one didn't have one, so they misstitched it and it came loose. So it actually like broke off and I had to glue it back. Another thing that you can look for, see on this, see if I can get this to zoom. Zoom. Sorry guys. Okay, there we go. See on this how the sealant kind of leaks onto the leather, and it looks like somebody like hand painted it on and didn't get it right, and it's like splattered onto the leather where it's uneven. That is a telltale sign that it is fake. If this looks bad, if this looks poorly done, like somebody scribbled it on with a crayon, and then it's really uneven here, and then it also looks kind of puffy, that is a telltale sign that it is fake. So always look closely at the sealant, and if it looks bad, it's probably fake. It will be fake because Louis Vuitton is not going to charge thousands of dollars for a purse that has any sort of defect on it. Every purse is inspected before it is released for sale. Louis Vuitton is not going to charge somebody thousands of dollars for a bag and have it be missing stitches or have it have bad stitching or any sort of defect. There are no defects on the Louis Vuitton bags. Okay, so moving on, you can see how like poorly done this is. If you zoom up on it, like it's almost coming off. So that's a good sign. You can also see the stitching on this is bad. It's like, it's kind of a warped triangle. So on an actual Louis Vuitton bag, it's going to be a perfect triangle. It's not going to look warped. Okay, so we're going to look at the inside of the bag. Like stuff in here, sorry. Okay, so the inside of the bag. It's this like tan color. And it feels like, I can't really portray this on camera, but it feels cheap. Like it feels really, really cheap. The inside of the bag actually isn't bad looking, but like you will know, you need to be able to learn how to feel the bag and distinguish like the Louis Vuitton leather. Louis Vuitton doesn't use rough leather. It will feel literally like butter. So if you ever have the opportunity to go into a Louis Vuitton store and just look at their bags and pick one up and touch it and just learn what it feels like, that will help you tremendously in terms of identifying fake and real bags, because there are very good fake bags out there. This is a very good fake bag. You know, there are only slight little discrepancies, and I've had this for a long time. Someone gave me this a long time ago. So there are only a few discrepancies that make it not look like a real bag, and you have to get up really close to be able to tell that it's not a real bag. So learn how to look at little things like the stitching and the sealant on the handle, like things that you can quickly glance at, and you will learn how to tell. And I'm gonna be honest, whenever I see people post about this and asking if they're real, literally 9.999 times out of 10, it's not real. If it were real, it probably wouldn't be at Goodwill. I think once I've seen somebody post one that they found at the Goodwill outlet in the bins, and it was real. It was a very, very old vintage Louis Vuitton bag, and it was real. It wasn't in great shape. Like, to me, it wasn't in any shape where you could resell it or make a profit on it or anything like that, but it was real. But if you see a bag like this sitting in Goodwill and, you know, somebody donated it, it's probably not going to be a real Louis Vuitton bag. So just don't get your hopes up if you see something like this out there. You know, ask to see it, ask to hold it. Look at the hardware. Like, you can see that the hardware is like rusting on this. It's got the logo and everything, but you can see that it's rusting. Like, the sealant's coming off. This is coming apart. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that you guys should really look at. I think we covered everything. So just be very, very careful, especially if you are ordering things like this offline, from auction sites or anything like that. Look at all the photos. Just be very, very careful. So I just wanted to show you guys this today because I see people posting these all the time, and I happen to have one. I've had it for a very long time, but I wanted to show you and point things out on it to you so that you will know if you are looking at something that's fake. And I've gotten to the point now where, not just with Louis Vuitton bags, but I can pick up something and I can know if it's real or fake. This is very, very light. I actually have a Louis Vuitton bag that's real. I have it stored and everything, so I didn't get it out, but it's the white Murakami bag that I got literally when I was in high school, when Jessica Simpson had one many, many years ago. It's very heavy. It's leather and it's very, very heavy. The inside is red. The inside is red suede. It feels like suede. Like, it's a gorgeous bag. I'll have to show it in another video, but I can't, like, this weighs nothing, okay? This weighs absolutely nothing. You can tell it's not actual leather. You can tell the inside is not actual leather. So just be aware of what you're buying, and if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So I just want to make this video today, so hopefully it will help you, because I have seen people who have paid over $100 for fake stuff at Goodwill, and that's not okay. So I hope this will help somebody. If you have had any experiences with fake bags or anything like that, leave them in the comments down below. If you are new, I hope that you will subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.